Now I'm going to explain to you some differences between weights and bands. But first of all, let's start with Newton's third law. So this is a law that states that for every force, there's an opposite and equal force. Or for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So that is the basic principle of resistance training. Just to give you an example, this is a weight. It exerts its force downwards towards the earth, called gravity force. If you have to resist a force with the muscle, you're exerting a certain force on the muscle, and then you've got resistance training. So the difference between the force that a weight exerts and the force that a band exerts is quite interesting. A weight's force is only in one direction. This is downwards. To give you guys an example, the forces in the bands can be multi-directional. And what I mean with that is the following. If I step on my band and I anchor it and I move it upwards, there's a force working downwards. The moment I open it up, there's forces working inwards, and I've got to resist it outwards. So I've immediately got a bi-directional force, one working downwards and the other one working inwards. This is a very unique characteristic that resistance bands bring to the table that you can't actually get with weight training. Weights are very inconvenient to carry around. They're heavy, very inconvenient to carry around. Whereas resistance bands are quite light. You can carry them around anywhere. You can do anything with them. With weights, you are limited to do only a few exercises. With resistance bands, you can do whatever you want. Your creativity is the limit. Another cool characteristic of the bands are that you get a linear increase in force as you extend the band. Whereas with the weight, the force stays the same. So to give you guys an example, if I take this band and I stretch it a few centimeters apart, I'd maybe get a force of 10 newtons. When I stretch it a bit further apart, I'm going to get a force of about 30 newtons. And you can't get that with weights. Another amazing thing of these bands are that it's got a multi-purpose function. So you don't necessarily just have to use it as resistance training. You can use it as support in resistance training, not only resistance. What I mean with that, for example, let's say you do a pull-up. You can use the band as support while you're doing the pull-up, which means you can focus more on the muscles that's supposed to do the work. Another amazing thing is that you can use it to stretch. You can use it for rehabilitation. The use of ExecuBands isn't limited to resistance training only. You can use it within any industry, whether it's golf, whether it's ballet, whether you're swimming, whether you're a soccer player. You can literally use it within any industry out there, as long as you know what your goal is supposed to be and what you want to achieve with this type of exercise.